This looks rather good here. Some tasty chicken pizzas here. Oh, been good looking good, I believe to say. Let's see what piece I'll have first. Here's a nice big one. Here we go. Dig in, as it were. What? What's the problem there? Oh, well, I was going to share. Just a second. I'll sort you out some pieces. Just a moment. All right, there's a piece for you, and there's a piece of chicken for you there. Probably got 5 more pieces left to spare. Here we go then. We'll sit down and enjoy your chicken while we take a look at a wee custom piece I've been working on recently. Victory! Greetings there, all you YouTubers and fellow Eternians. It is Eldor here for the Masterversal-Toyhunter. So I hope you are doing well this fine day, or afternoon, or evening, of course. So I've been working on a little custom head sculpt, shall we say? So let's head onto that little review. Okie dokie. So hopefully you can see the form a bit better, shall we say. So I know the camera decides to make its mind up sometimes with the old focus. So yes, this is a wee head sculpt I've been working on to replace the head sculpt coming with the new movie He-Man. I tried to get a bit of my I tried to get a bit of a good likeness there for Dolph Lundgren. So I found a couple of photos on the Great Eye in the universe there, and I had those in front of me, of course, when I began sculpting over a pre-existing head sculpt that came off the new Eternia He-Man. So it was the normal head sculpt that didn't have the old helmet on there, as it were. So I removed his hair, which you might see a little photo pop up there in a few moments. Well, there we go. So I took that head sculpt after I removed the hair off him, and I whittled away most of the lower portion of the face up to the eyes. I thought I might keep the eyes, mind you, and just whittled back a little bit of the forehead at the sides, because you know when you go to add any medium onto these things, you also add a bit of thickness there, which can possibly throw you off or throw off your look you're trying to get. And yeah, so after that, although I did keep right here, I did keep a little bit of the back of the jaw line there as a kind of a rough guide, if you will. And yes, I just plonked a bit of a stick. I had to thicken up the one end though, so it would sit reasonably okay inside the wee ball joint socket there. And yes, I went about my way, just laying down a bit of a base sculpt for the face. So mainly the forehead and the brow and such. And then not so much the nose, although I did pinch a little wee nub of a nose there. This is a bit of a support framing to sculpt over top with his nose. And I just pinch that to get it in the rough spot. And yes, the human face has different ways it curves in and out and comes in from the back and what have you. So it's a lot to get your head around, shall we say. All these confusing shapes that just take a different form of how they relate to the other, so to speak. And yes, so you have to be very fast working with the metal pot. It does give you, I say, about maybe half an hour or so to work your milliput in there once you've mixed the two pieces of the hardener and the putty together to start off its magical reaction there to becoming rock hard and so forth. And what else there? Yes, so after I had quickly did a rough working out of where everything was going to go there, I had to wait for that to set a little bit. Then I started to work on his nose details, so the nostrils and what have you. I added some little bits onto the brow and at the sides. And yes, it sets in various stages, you see. It becomes it goes soft, it becomes like a soft rubbery type of stage, and then it becomes hard, and you can still carve into it while it's that sort of a rubbery part of its setting, and you can do more the more etching or scratching away with a blade or what have you, when it's a little bit more harder, and you can sand it. Or you use a bit of water there and a brush to smoothen some details when it's still roughly in its first more softer wet stage, as it were. So yes, let's take a look at this new movie He-Man that's coming out there, and we might work our way from that, shall we say?
Okay, so here we are on the Ramen Toy Facebook page. There's a nice little setup there. We have one of these Earth-looking vehicles displayed in his main photo. So let's all scroll down here and see what he's got going on. But looks like you can display your figures just on that little base in front. But here we go. There he has a bit of a Dolph Lundgren head sculpt placed on that He-Man body. So we might just get a bit closer in on that as we can. Here we go, nice and centered. So yes, I do love his hair sculpt there for the hairpiece. This is looking very nice. You can see he has the sculpted in the eyebrows, where I've just left that part out on my figure. And another piece I've left out, of course, were the eyelids. I felt it might make it a bit easier to paint around that area if I just left those out. But of course, the eyelids can also add a bit of lightness and so forth. Yes, so I feel he's done a rather nice job there. Jolly good show there, sir. See if we can see any other photos there. Might have to click out of this one. Oh yes, it's a bit more of a side-on pose going on there. Yes, not looking too bad. Another area I have to fix up on mine, of course, is where the ears are located. On my head sculpt, of course, I've still got the ears, the existing ears of the new Eternia He-Man. So they're a little bit more set lower there. So I'm going to leave that part till last, till I get the hairpiece off the movie, Masterverse movie He-Man there. So there I'll see how all that fits on and so forth. Whether I have to whittle a bit of the top of the head down there to make the hairpiece sit properly. And then see how it sits where I have to fix up some new ears there. No, he's done a very good job on that. It's a lovely looking wee backdrop stand there for that figure. Oh yes, it's got some rather interesting fellows going on there. Yes, there's more of the old Dolph Lundgren hair sculpt. I wonder what's going on here. It looks like I wonder if it has a bit of a extension piece that moves up when you move the head up, perhaps. I don't know if you can see that there, but it looks like it has a bit of a inner hair sculpt going on there. Nice smooth detailing on that piece. On the old back. Oh, we've lost our brace all of a sudden. What? Oh. Here's another side-on pose. So there's that. Lovely work there. So I believe he's just doing a bit of a test fit at the moment. But no, it's not looking too bad. Jolly good show there, Sir Ramen. I shared a wee photo there of what I had been working on. So just as well, let's see where to pull this up. There's some still photos there of my head sculpt that I thought I would share what I was working on, because I had been looking around the Great Eye of the Universe to see if anybody else had been doing their own Dolph head sculpt there. And then I believe I found out by sitting in on old Retro Toy Escapades channel there. So he uploaded a wee video on his channel, and he was talking all about the new head sculpt that Ramen Toy was producing. So yes, that's how I found out about that. So I popped onto the the old Facebook page there, just to have a look for myself. And yes, I thought he done a rather fantastic job on that head sculpt there. So no doubt when he has all that figured out and then finished and such, that you might be able to get a hold of a bit of a Dolph Lundgren head sculpt for your action figure there. So that's all very exciting, and so on. But yes, I just wanted to share to you all what I have been working on in regards to my own Dolph Lundgren head sculpt and whatnot. Okay, so we're on a a bit of a new website today. This one is called Freyaware. There's a rather handy site for getting your Masterverse figures off if you're in my neck of the woods, as it were. So yes, might take a look at this fellow here. Oh, pardon me. Bit of a tickle in the throat. From all that chicken, I think. Yes. So here he is. And packed with a lot of lovely detail there in his shoulder armor or pauldrons, as it were. Bit of a nice detail going on with that. And of course the wee chest emblem there, sitting on those leathery straps of his harness. And oh yes, the head sculpt there. But I don't know really. I mean, after all, you have to remember that often when you have photos of these products, the lighting and the shading, where depending on where it falls, it can make things look a little bit off skew. Granted, the things can always look a bit different from the old product photos. They usually use a lot of sparkling lights and such when taking these photographs and what have you. We can see he's got his bit of his old sword there on his back, and no doubt in the sheath there. And he has a couple of armbands around the bicep. Let's have a look here. Might have a look at this one with the old 40th head sculpt. Oh yes, there is lovely detail on the belt. No fuzzy loincloth this time, more of a leather hide. In regards to his pants there. And oh yes, he has a bit of an extra harness going down the sides there. Maybe might give a little bit of protection around the old kidneys, what? So yes, where is it? What's all this in the road there? A bit of that old shop logo thing. Actually, we might zoom out, get ourselves situated if we can. There we go. So there it is, bit of that old vintage looking head sculpt going on there. It's not looking too bad, I suppose. So I wonder if it almost looks a bit better than the one that came with the 40th He-Man figure. Would you be switching those heads about with this spearhead there. Yes, it's looking good there. What else? What else can we see? Scoot along to the next couple of photos. There's a bit of a bigger one there. Again with that vintage looking head sculpt on the figure. He has his knife out, ready to fight. A bit of a close combat there. He has that old thigh sheath for that little knife and such. But I wonder if these little bits of straps around the legs here are moulded in, or if they're a sort of a loose piece. I don't know. Well, can we move down there? Okay, so we can see a bit of there's a little bit of a sheath at the end there, showing at the back where the point of his sword will fit into. Here we have, he has another wee smaller knife there in its sheath, just on the thigh, off to the side of the shin rather. And there's the armor, the shin armor there. Some more nice detail sculpt work going on in that. I don't know if it's coming across very well, but he has some nice sculpt work in the feet of the boots. It's very good, very good. It's got a little bit of an arm bracer going on there, and so on. We can see the older blaster holster, thigh holster off to the side. So it looks like it might have a little bit of detail going around that, although I don't think there's a photo showing that side of him. We might move on. Have a look at the back there. So it looks like he has some nice printed accent patternage going on along the bottom of his cape. Bit of a soft goods cape there. Shame, I don't know if it has, wonder if it has a bit of wire on the sides there to help you give you a little bit of a swept aside look, maybe. So here we can see his sword just tucked in behind the cape. Though it must be a bit of a hassle trying to sheathe that back in. But no, I think he might manage somehow. So there's another. We look at this side of the shoulder pauldrons there. Very, very lovely attention to detail. Of course, the sword is reminiscent of the little wee nubs on as we see on the Filmation sword. The lovely bit of leather work in the grip there, and the pummels got a nice little bit of detail. So what else is there? Oh yes, you see a bit of that sculpt work going on at the back end of the boot, the shoes. I don't know if you're going to see that very well. My imaging device is playing up. I think that's the last photo there of all the pieces you get going on there and things. So we have a bit more of a front-on look at that head there. But yes, it does appear to look, yes, rather different, mind you. The hair doesn't, I don't know if the hair was much more longer than what we see here in the movie. I think it might have been a bit longer. But as you know, the longer all the hair is, the harder it is to, pose the head around and whatnot. You see he's got his blaster in the wee holster there. And the knife is back in its sheath on that side. It's a bit of a front-on look at that vintage-looking head sculpt. Oh, beg your pardon. But no, it doesn't appear to look like it has wire in the cape. There. And then the sheath just looks to be like a thin leather strip with maybe a portion of a sheath there to lock in the point of the sword, I reckon. But yes, a rather complex assembly going on with that old harness arrangement. And there's another look at that power sword there with that other wee dagger or knife. So yes, no doubt you've already seen all this and whatnot. So it was good popping on the Great Eye of the Universe there to look on this website. So yes, I've pre-ordered this fellow off Freyaware there, and we'll be getting him sometime next year by the looks of it. Yes, arriving February 2023. I've also got old Masterverse Roboto pre-ordered on this site too, so no doubt he won't be too far behind the release of this figure, hopefully. But yes, a bit of a long wait there to get him, but all good though. Takes a bit of time for these things to get made, I suppose. But yes, it's very good there. We indeed have waited a long time for this moment, shall we say. So yes, that looks like a bit of a good figure coming out there next year, despite the obvious difference in the old head sculpt, as it were. So we have a bunch of fellows. The little Orco there in the background. So skipping forward into the future with a little spell there. I have painted up the Dolph Lundgren head sculpt there. See if we can't zoom in on him. So looking good, I think, so far. Of course, he doesn't have a bit of a hairdo going on just at the moment, but hopefully we'll get that sorted out there fairly soon. I think. So that might be taking the hairpiece off the head that comes with the movie He-Man there. And of course, putting it on top of this piece. And of course my imaging device seems a bit too interested in what's going on in the background, which is a little bit of a hassle there. So yes, I hit that with a little bit of the old flesh tones there, trying to, of course, match it to the color of the body as we saw it in those photos. So I don't think I did too bad, considering my eyesight there. And such. So I think there's probably enough of that. We might give it a little bit of a go on this new Eternia He-Man here, because he seems to be the closest one, as it were, of course, to the movie He-Man. As we all know, he had the old and what have you. And he has a sort of a similar harness going on there, with like the old leather straps on some parts. So get that pushed in, all proper there. So there we go. Looks like the camera's more interested in focusing when the head's on the body there. Funny that, isn't it? Haha. So yes, that's how it looks on a bit of a body frame there of sorts. And after I painted it, I gave it a bit of a varnish coat with a little bit of watered down enamel gloss varnish. I used a bit of terps, I think, just to take a bit of that bit of the glossiness off. And when it was semi-drying, I just dabbed it with a tissue there to help take a bit more of the glossiness away. So we might get him looking aloft there when he says the power words, as it were. Oh, we look at him doing that. Or we might have him look a bit more upwards there towards the sword. Have him looking down now. So he's accepting the challenge from Skeletor and what have you. I'll have to pre-order that figure too at some stage. He's not looking too bad there. The old Frank, is it Langella? Is that how you pronounce it? Old Skeletor there. I didn't think he didn't do a too bad a job at portraying that character in that movie. Oh, old Skeletor's a bit of bad news. I think he was a little bit more worse than the Skeletor that I know, I think. So there he's looking all stern and confident. Even when he was brought to his knees by Skeletor there at one point, he still had the look of confidence in him. After all that he had gone through, the old few licks of the whip there and what have you, and so on. Yes, he managed to keep his head about him, which is not always easy in the old leadership roles, I suppose. But no, he pulled through in the end, as we all know. So that was good. Haha. Might bend the legs a bit up there, so we can bring it down to the camera a bit better. And have another wee look around there. Might try moving the head around for you. So yes, painted all that up last night, and I decided to paint in his eyebrows there. I really couldn't be bothered doing all the fiddly sculpting work of the eyebrows, but I know old ramen toys, they've included that in their head sculpt there. So yes, no, it's all looking pretty good, I think. I'm probably not going to touch more on the ears there. Doing a bit of sculpting on those. I think the hair pretty much covers up most of that anyway on the movie He-Man head sculpt. Yes, no, I'm pretty happy with how that all went. Again, it's pretty fiddly, you know, with these smaller head sculpts. Unless you're sort of well skilled at that side of things. I'm not too bad myself. I like to dabble here and there. But another shame was I couldn't get the paint job more smoother there. It ended up with a bit of an orange peel effect, shall we say. But when you look on most of these body sculpts here, you can detect a slight of a bit of that orange peel flesh effect in the body there. So I guess it's not going to be too bad there, because normally the head sculpts don't have any of that, but normally the head sculpts on these Masterverse figures don't have any of that skin effect going on. So, you know, it might help things be a bit more uniform or whatnot. Oh, he popped his hand out. That's no good. Went to a bit of ready to block the blows of the swords there. But no, I'm rather happy with that, I guess, and no doubt many of you might be trying your own attempts at a Dolph Lundgren head sculpt. But it was good to see someone else doing their own with all rum and toy there. So no, he did rather a good job on that one too. Of course, he with the full mile and did the hair piece on that head sculpt. So we have a quick look at that Skeletor, old Skellywag there. Let's have a look at him quickly. Oh, there he goes. Yes, sir. Soon this figure will be ours too. No, it will be mine. Oh, there goes the old Frank Langella Skeletor there. He's got his fangs. Yes, he portrayed the character well, I felt, in that movie. He was very chilling and seemed rather onto it. Not as really comedic as we know Skeletor in the filmation, shall we say. So yes, they got a bit closer with the head sculpt here, I feel, because as you know, Frank had all that prosthesis makeup on, so I think there was one way you could get around the old what is it, the old rights or whatever it is that you lot fuss around there on the planet Earth with. I think that was probably the problem with the old Dolph head securing the license to use his likeness. Might have put the costs up on the figures, I believe, is what happens there. So he's got some of that lovely robing detail and armor detail on his outfit. This lovely accent detail lining down his robe. He has a menacing hood on there. Oh, can we see his Havoc staff properly? Come on, play ball. I'm new to all this human internet stuff. Oh, there it is. So a bit of a ram skull pointing down at the horns, so it's good they kept that, I suppose. What do you think we'll... So, yes, that's another character I forgot to mention. Do you think we'll see the Sorceress come out too? I know she was a bit of a different design going on there and so forth. A bit of a more front-on look there. So yes, as we know, he never really had that pale yellow effect on his face, as we usually know of Skeletor there. But I suppose they were going in the more direction of being the whites of a real skull, perhaps, or it might have taken a bit more time to paint the prosthesis, maybe. I don't know. There was a bit of difference there. Yeah, I think he had a bit of the old technology going in his arm gauntlets. Bit of armor in his fingers by the looks of it. So yes, moving further down. Bit of armor boots there. Yes, a bit of technology in the old gloves and the gauntlets, as we just looked at, or talked about rather. He's got a bit of a cape going on. Let's quickly scoot along. And there's all his pieces. So looks like you get oh, that's a separate piece there. In a cape. We have the old cosmic key. Or is it his cosmic key? I don't know. I think old Evil Lyn tricked Gwildor there to making one. Wasn't very good to poor old Gwildor there, was it? Yes, he's got a bit of armour going on these side pieces here. Protect the old legs there. Okay. Well, I think we'll call it a day there. No doubt you've seen all this, and you've got yours pre-ordered on the old what is it, Big Bad Toy Store there, or maybe the is it Entertainment Earth or one of those other sites? Or was it the old Target or Walmart you have over there on the planet Earth? Oh yes, I think we will we'll call that. And it's good we have been getting a first couple of the movie figures. So do you think we might get old Gwildor there? Gwildor, I was going to share. Did I rather butchered that impersonation, didn't I? But I think old Mega J Retro does it better than me. And of course we know there's so yes, all very good. And who else is there? Old we get Blade there, or Salrod, maybe Evil Lyn, Tila. Who else there? Maybe some of the human characters from that movie. We'll need old Mr. Strickland in there, you know, yelling at the slackers and what have you. Oh, what? Oh, wrong movie there? Oh, of course, it was the Back to the Future film, wasn't it? So yes, we might get him. And maybe some of the Skeletor's troopers. Maybe a few of those in a two-pack. In a two-pack there. Maybe. And who else could we get? Man-at-Arms. Get him too, maybe. A few other of Skeletor's baddies there, like Beastman, and so forth. But yes, all very good there. We can see how he looks with all these other fellows here in the old background, as it were. Good old Orko looking forward there. Yes, look this way, old chap. But yes, if you like this little video here, then tell me what you think in the comments. And are you going to be working on your own Dolph head sculpt there? Or will you be buying the Ramen Toys head sculpt if they make that available to purchase and what have you? Or you are just happy with how the head sculpts look with the movie He-Man figure coming out soon? And you might want to put that old 40th looking He-Man head sculpt on there instead. And yes, if if you like this video, then put a wee like there to help me get my adventures out and about, as it were. And if you're new to the channel, welcome, I suppose. And yes, it's good to have you on the channel. And if you like, just hit the wee subscribe there. Don't forget the little bell. Give that a bit of a ding, so you'll always be alerted next time I'm on the great eye of the universe here. But yes, as we all say, till next time, and good journey, everybody. Okay, cheerio there.